1,000,000
voices.
When I talk to young journalists, this is a big part of the conversation because I think the challenge that they face is a formidable one, which is the crisis of faith in mainstream media and the crisis of faith in journalism and in the service that journalists provide, which I fundamentally believe is a vital service that is in the interests of every healthy, thriving society to support. I also understand how we sort of got to this place, and a big part of it is the Pandora's box of social media that has been opened. A big part of that is the willful spreading of misinformation. And so what do we do as journalists to counter that? Do we respond to every criticism that we receive? Do we try to fight back to defend ourselves? You know, there isn't an obvious good answer that neatly deals with the problem. I tend to advise people to tune out the noise and focus on the facts. Facts are your friend. Keep telling stories that are rooted in truth and factuality, and you can't go wrong. As Scott Pelley, who is, the great 60 Minutes correspondent, once told me, nobody's going to remember who got it first, Clarissa, but everybody remembers who got it wrong. So as journalists, it's more important than ever right now that we don't get things wrong, that we take the extra few hours or few days to corroborate our story or to corroborate a source and to make sure that we have got it right. We now more than ever, I think, have a particularly vital service to provide. And I do think it'll swing back in our favor. I think the other thing that people misunderstand about disinformation and the goal of disinformation campaigns, it's not just to persuade you that mainstream media journalists are liars, let's say. It's to persuade you that there's so many different conflicting accounts out there of anything, of any topic, that there is no such thing as truth. There is no such thing as truth. This person says this, that person says this, and the idea is to bombard your average consumer of information, just a normal person. You bombard them with so many wildly different stories and accounts of the same issue that they end up throwing their hands up in the air and saying, you know what, forget it. Maybe there isn't such a thing as the truth. Maybe there isn't such a thing as facts. I don't want to have anything to do with it. And that's very dangerous because we've seen in history that the moment you have a society throw up its hands and say, you know what, this is chaos and I don't even know what to make of it anymore, they become extremely vulnerable to being co-opted by authoritarian regimes. So I really feel that this is a hugely important moment. We need to get it right. We need to be on our A game, but the public also needs to really commit to putting their faith in us and to supporting us and to supporting facts.